My name is Patrick King, and welcome to SYNTHWAVE Ultra. Today's guests have firmly established themselves as one of the premier names in vocal synthwave. With their deeply emotive songwriting, gorgeous production, and soaring vocals, they are consistently a shining example of what synthpop is really capable of. Please welcome today's guests, Bunny X.
So I'm Abby. I'm one half of Bunny X, and take it away, Mary.
Other half of Bunny X, Mary.
Yeah.
Nice to see you in person, Patrick.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah,
I love your little backdrop.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
figure have some kind of production value. So,
I love it. It's kind of why I got out of bed this morning. I have like a very plain, boring nothing, like the void, like the John Oliver void.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have my penguin here.
We love that flamingo.
With me. Yes. Okay. He's involved.
He's involved. He wants to be involved.
Yeah. I said I call it penguin. I meant flamingo. My brain is fried. It's okay. What can you do?
I understand.
I can't even string a sentence together. I was like,
I was telling Patrick, he was like, can't take us anywhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, so we're Bunny X, and we've had actually a lot going on this year, and a big announcement. Well, I'm going to be doing the artwork reveal tomorrow for our new album.
So that's exciting.
Coming out, just about 1 month away from the release. So it's going to be October 5th on Aztec Records. It's called Young and in Love, and we're really excited about it. It's been about just about a year in the making, give or take. So that's kind of been really what we've been working on nonstop, this past year. And so we have we're doing 3 songs with Stella Wrecked LA Dreams, and 2 tracks with Don Del Piero, and then the rest was just Mary and I, and so that's coming out October 5th, in just about a month. We just released a new single called Back to You on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That came out on the 27th. So that's our basically the whole album is very much our kind of ode to 80s John Hughes, kind of 80s prom vibes, high school, themes and that kind of thing. So, we hope that it's, kind of nostalgic for people. I mean, we all love this kind of stuff, right? Like that's why we're in the biz and
of course
we do. So I kind of feel like, targeting the right audience for sure. It's like, oh, John Hughes, yes.
Yeah, we've had some really good responses to these 2 songs so far. So that's always, encouraging and makes us happy, because a lot of people seem to like both of the songs, and that's always good.
Yep.
But, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun time to see what happens once the record is released, and what people gravitate towards, if anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're gonna like it. I'm hoping they're gonna like it.
I like it.
I was actually listening to y'all stuff earlier today. Back to You especially, I could definitely see, like you said, that there's that really kind of like warm, kind of like soft focus, 80s prom vibe. That just sounds lovely.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and we had Mary's amazing pipes on Perfect Paradise, which was our recent collaboration with Don Del Piero, kind of our summertime track. So that was.
And who knew?
Yes,
who knew it was going to blow up like that? Because I didn't have any. I just never thought. I just figured people might like it, they might not, and then all of a sudden, videos were popping up of like little kids, like their little tiny whatever, like club room with their little lights, and they're jumping up and down.
We're
like, what?
People really seem to respond to Perfect Paradise, and they Patrick, I'm sure you've heard of the San Junipero parties that they've done in Brooklyn.
Yeah, because doesn't
Do you ever
Jackson do those, right? I think. What was that, Mary?
You might want to come down if from Rochester, because that's where you live, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're from Rochester.
Yeah.
It'd be fun if it's a fun party, and the guys who run it are really sweet. They're little babies, but they're
awesome.
Nice.
Fun.
Yeah. So
that's what one of the things that I think just like, okay, I think I've kind of talked about it online a little bit, but I feel like one of the things that really makes synthwave, just that the whole community so special, is that like sense of community, and how just like for the, you know, people are just very very positive and supportive. And like you said too, I mean, they when stuff is especially good, they respond to it really well. I mean, case in point.
Yeah, it's true. So it's nice. You know, we've done lots of songs, lots of collaborations over the years. And you never know, you know, what's going to, you know, end up hitting people. You know, we've done plenty where we thought, oh, you know, we think people will like this. And then it's, you know, kind of like crickets. And then other ones were like, meh. And then, you know, people seem to really gravitate towards it. So you just never really know how it's going to go. And, but we're happy we had Can't Wait was our first single, you know, for the new record with Select LA Dreams, who is definitely a genius. I mean, there is just no question that the guy is a complete Kevin, such a savant.
Yeah, you know, it's a great song.
So
we're still hoping that maybe if they do like another episode of the Cobra Kai series on Netflix, that will make it in, because it's such the perfect song for that type of thing.
Yeah, it's like a montage type song, you know. I mean, even Rap's a montage.
I would play the whole thing, but like, you know, the lyrics make sense, and it's true. Like people. You know, you try so hard and you keep getting beaten down by people, and you just feel like you want to give up, but you just can't.
Yep.
So it's that kind of a feel-good song. So yeah, that was our first release, which was exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, so I was going to say too. So, like, I know you mentioned working with Select LA Dreams and Don Del Piero. So I feel like y'all have been doing like more and more collaborations lately, because I was going through your Bandcamp earlier today, and like I saw that. I know you did the track with Marvel 83. So I mean, like, so how some of those collaborations come about? Like, did you just like find each other? Like, how did those come about?
Yeah, it's a kind of been a mix, I guess. Definitely, there's lots of people that I've reached out to myself. And then in that case with Marvel 83, we met in Brooklyn, I guess a couple years ago now. He was in town, you know, he was DJing at the San Junipero party that we were just talking about. And then we met there and kind of connected. And then he reached out, you know, just on Instagram and was like, hey, you know, do you want to do this track? But it actually took us a really long time to get it together. So I think he sent the song.
Sunrise? Yeah.
Remember that?
I do remember.
It took a long time for us to kind of get it together. And so he sent the track, and then we didn't do it, like, we didn't get the vocals together for about a year at least. So I don't know what our deal was, but eventually we got it done. And then
our fault, to be honest. I mean, it up the spot, but we were working with kind of a bedroom producer for a little while, and he's a lovely person, but he doesn't always like get what he needs to do. So it's like, oh, I can't really make Mary's voice like fit in there, so I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
like he never told me that, but when I heard the track and it was released, it was sans my vocals, which really at the end of the day is not that big a deal. You know, like it's, if I'm doing harmonies or whatever the case may be, if they got dropped off the track, that's fine. But I just felt like you could have at least told me or said, listen, I'm not good at doing this type of thing. You might want to do it with somebody else and come back. And that was,
I mean, basically, like, back to the thing, like it you know, some things end up working out and some don't, for like a whole slew of reasons. And, you know, we've definitely worked with some producers that, you know, have been challenging, and things haven't always, you know, gone as we would have wanted. So that's definitely happened, you know, over the years. And then, you know, and then things just end up taking more time than others. Some tracks come together super fast. They're written super quickly. They get mixed and just everything happens fast. And then other stuff, just, it's like a labor. It feels like giving birth practically. I mean,
giving birth to a 10-song child.
Yeah. So, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I feel like, and especially doing collaborations, which always end up, you know, taking longer. We had basically 5 collaborations on this record, and overall, it's gone down really quickly. And I think, to Mary's point, we found ourselves an amazing producer locally. His name is John Bork. He goes by Ghost Effects, is his I guess the producer name he uses and identified by, but he is fantastic and super pro, and so it's really been a game changer for us to work with him. And so that's also
100%. Our vocals have never sounded so good, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like they sounded bad on anything else that we've done.
I mean, sometimes that could have been better. Real talk. I mean, just throwing it out there.
The earlier stuff was the earlier stuff, right? So whatever, we did the best we could, and people liked what they liked, and it was pretty much mostly Italo Disco in the very beginning of our whole situation, and that was fun, and people reacted well to it. But I mean, as far as like producing and getting a good melody down, like if I'm just handing off one set of lyrics and all of a sudden this like masterpiece comes out, which I mean, not because of my voice or anything, but just because it's a good song. Like the tunes were great, and he did such a good job. And he's stuck with us now. Too bad.
Yeah. It's like you belong to us now.
Yeah, that may or may not work out for him, but hopefully it will.
No, he'll be fine. I hope he comes to our little like record listening party.
Yeah, I mean,
meet John in person. I haven't met him in person yet.
Oh wow! Yeah, dang, that's I guess that's kind of like indicative of just like the times we're like when you work with somebody consistently like that, but like you haven't actually met him in person. That's really interesting. And yeah, I mean, no, like so it's funny. So since my wife and I we've been in Rochester for close to 4 years now, we haven't actually made it down to the city yet.
Oh, you gotta come.
I know. Yeah, because like
our people are really sweet, and who knows how many people will come, because who works, who's in school, who knows what. Yeah. But if you're available, you should swing by. Mm-hmm. At least have a cocktail or something before you go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting John, because I'm like, he's almost, I mean, I know what he looks like. I've seen his, Facebook and whatever, but it's almost like, ooh,
Yeah. I've been.
People used to think I didn't exist. Like they were like, "Who? What?" I never wanted to go to anything. I was like in school, and I was working at a salon, and I was like, "Oh," and I just didn't really want to show my unsociable side. So I was like, "Let me just get my shit together, and then I'll start coming back out again." They're like, "Oh my gosh, she really does exist."
Well, you're there for our shows, so that's the most important thing.
That really means something, but they're probably like, who that?
Yeah. As long as you're there for when we're performing, that's all I ask.
I wouldn't miss it.
Yeah. So Patrick, Mary booked us a show at a really cool venue here in New York City. But we're kind of we're debating on whether or not we should go forward with the Delta stuff, and a lot of people are canceling gigs and rescheduling tours and everything. So we're kind of in this kind of debating if we're gonna go forward with things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that sucks. Because it was funny because I remember in the springtime, the vaccines were rolling out. And we're like, yeah, this is cool. We can go out and do stuff again. Like I remember, like my wife and I even actually went out a couple of weekends in a row, and then suddenly Delta variant.
I know.
And that just turned
How did it
everything.
even get here?
Yeah.
Did it get here on a plane? Like, is it the same thing that happened when the pandemic became the pandemic and nobody knew what the hell was going on?
Oh my God, seriously, just.
I mean, we had like the worst president that ever lived, and I hate to say it, but. Actually, I don't hate to say it.
I don't hate to say it.
Who?
I'm fine with saying it.
I'm happy to say it. I'm just like...
I'm right there with y'all.
Like, people even still talking about him, but like literally the worst job ever.
Oh.
He didn't say anything about anything. He was like, oh, we'll be gone by Easter. Like, get out of here.
Like a miracle.
This is way different. This is the whole thing like that does not hit any of his brain cells if he has any.
Absurdity.
Okay.
So Patrick, you haven't made it down yet to New York. You got to come.
Yeah. So I have been before. So yeah, like
Yeah.
So we came up. Yeah, geez, I guess the last time I was in the city was 2013.
Okay.
I think yeah. So
yeah.
I mean, it's definitely been a bit, but yeah, I do very much want to go because it's New York City. It's super cool.
Yeah. That's. I guess it is a ways. 2013. It's funny. Like it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but I guess it really is. Like 8 years.
21.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really do the math in my head because my brain is fried, but
a long time. Yeah. So so how long have you been into synthwave, Patrick?
Yeah, so I got into I guess around I forget if it was 2015 or 2016, but I remember because I had a Pandora station that I would always listen to, and I distinctly remember it was called 80s Indie. It was 80s Indie Chill. So it was stuff like Duran Duran, Tears for Fears, but then also like Metric, Churches, and then like RJDC and stuff like that. So you can kind of see how that would all kind of meld together. And eventually, I remember one day, I distinctly remember Raining Steel from Perturbator came on.
Right.
And then a couple tracks from the Turbo Kid soundtrack from The Mottos came on. And I was this is really cool. I've never heard anything like this before.
Sure.
And so I just looked into it more and more. And I just, basically went down the rabbit hole and never looked back.
Totally. Same. You go down that rabbit hole and then you're like, uh-oh, never coming out again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was gonna say too. So I know you two, like especially when you were originally starting out, you had more of the Italo Disco sound, which because I was listening to We Demand Fun today, and you can really hear that in there.
Totally.
But then you look at your stuff now, and it has that more kind of like hazy, kind of like almost New York City Sunrise almost has kind of like a vapory feel to it, where it's just very dreamy and cool. I think it's really cool to see people's style evolve like that.
Yeah, the track without me even. No, I'm just kidding.
What was that?
It's a beautiful track without me.
You're on the track.
I'm actually not on the track.
You are totally on the track.
Wow.
Guarantee you are on the track.
Do I sound like Minnie Mouse or something? Because I cannot hear myself for any.
You are totally on the track. Well, this is actually a good segue. So Patrick, just to explain, so over the years we've done a lot of tracks. We've always sung the songs together. Mm-hmm. I mean, for pretty much every single song, we've done so many now. We just sing the entire song together. And it was becoming an issue, the last, some of the last tracks we've done have become a problem because you could hear, one of us more than the other and this kind of thing. And it happened a lot. It's happened a lot lately. So we chatted about it for this past record, and we decided that we would, divide up all the songs equally. So I'm singing lead on 5 and Mary's singing lead on the other 5. And then we're kind of doing, backing vocals on the other tracks,
cool.
That kind of thing.
It makes that's for everybody, I think, especially John.
Would you say? Oh yeah, it does make it easier, I think, during the mixing process. And then it's a chance for us to kind of showcase our voices a little bit. And because, we sound really similar. So it does sound sometimes like there's only one of us singing on the track. But anyway, in this instance, for the album, we're, our voices can be showcased, and then there's no question oh yeah, you're definitely, I can hear you, you're there. Because I felt bad. There were some moments where Mary's, things didn't get, kind of mixed the best, and it's a whole sort of side story, but, but we've learned a lot over the years and made some modifications to how we've been doing things. And as you pointed out, we've definitely made modifications to our style, because we did Italo for so many years. Actually, we started off doing kind of more synth pop, then moved to Italo. And then the last several years we've been doing more, retro wave 80s stuff, but still love Italo. And we're going to probably our next couple songs, or maybe if we do another EP or album at some point, probably go back to our Italo Disco roots. Mm-hmm. But it's been really fun to, kind of shake it up a little bit, because we identify so much with just this, the pure 80s sound. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so what's hot these days. And especially too, you two, as like I was saying, you two do have a very distinct style. So you're able to stand out really well, because I feel like there is kind of a subsection of synthwave where people who have those kind of that I guess there's that Italo core, where there's elements of it, and I think that makes you two stand out from that. Makes you two stand out from synthwave in general, because admittedly a lot of it is kind of starting to sound the same, but
100%.
Yeah, but but yeah, like having those like those very distinct beats and rhythms, it gives you a really cool, like a really cool unique sound, and like I said, makes you stand out.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's many thanks in large part to Conrad Kaneshiro, who is a longtime friend and producer. He, produced We Demand Fun, as you were mentioning, and tons of the, actually all of the Italo songs that we've done over the years. So he's really incredible, and we're hoping to keep working with him. During the pandemic, pretty much all last year, we also, while we were writing this album, the upcoming one, Young and in Love, we were also writing tons of Italo tracks with Conrad.
Oh my God, yeah, right? That's so cool. I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, wow, I guess we should bring it back. But I mean, it looks like he's still working on his fashion line, because he's, I see him on Instagram now and then.
Yeah.
And
I think he's
we'll reconvene at some point.
Yeah. I think he's gotten busy with other projects and stuff, and he's in other musical projects. He also does, as Mary mentioned, fashion design and all of that. So, he stays busy, but hopefully we'll kind of reconvene with him, maybe next year, after our album is out, and we have a couple other collaborations that are in the works as well, with some other artists, and kind of get those done, and then hopefully we can revisit the Italo stuff next year at some point.
Yeah, that's sounds like a lot of fun. Looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah.
So we're talking a little bit earlier about live shows. So like, I know it seems like one of the cool trends, because kind of like out of necessity, is doing online shows. So like, have y'all been have y'all been doing any of those, or have you because I know you, like you said, you have a couple of in-person shows booked, which what do y'all think about the whole online show trend?
How I feel about it, honestly. I feel like it's not really necessary. I mean, if you were into it, I would definitely try it, because there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's like, you're still singing, you're still doing, we're doing our stuff. It's fine. But I feel like it kind of takes away a little bit from the whole situation of going to see live acts perform. And I mean, again, I'm not unwilling to do it. I would be fine to do it, but would anybody care?
I mean, I think last year it was great that it was an option, since of course that was the only option last year. For us, it's mostly that, Mary and I live, Mary's in Hoboken, New Jersey, and I'm in Brooklyn. So we're really not far from each other at all. But it does make it a little bit more challenging to kind of just get together, at times. Certainly last year it was much harder with everything with COVID. I mean, now we're vaccinated, so it could be very much a thing that we could do. But we don't have the best setup at home. We do, kind of all of our writing. I mean, I sing into my phone for a lot of, do a lot of voice memos when I'm writing songs, and just kind of have my laptop and my MIDI keyboard, and it's just not a great setup to do kind of any live thing. I mean, we did a couple little short videos and stuff over the, past year or so. But it just, in the end, we just don't have the best of setups. So I feel like it would be kind of not that, like Mary was mentioning, not that exciting for people. They're like, do you want to just get my cat? He's way more interesting.
Oh, he's the star of the show, always.
100%.
100%. People would be like, are you here for the cat? Or am I here for the cat? Right. What?
Yeah. I mean, I'll just put on some synthwave. I'll put on some songs and bust out my Pink Flamingo and just put my cat on the kitchen table, and then he can
you can see the shade.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's so funny. But I mean, again, I understand why people do it. And I was, when I don't know if you guys were watching that that big concert for New York. It was this huge thing, and all of the best people were going on late. All of a sudden, Barry Manilow comes out and he's about to sing "I Made It Through the Rain," and then it starts pouring. And then he called Anderson Cooper, who fangirled out like you have no idea. And he even said it himself. He was like, I'm fangirling out right now. And it was really kind of a great thing on CNN because all of these artists were calling in because they had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's actually cute.
And when they do, like they would have been on the live stage had the weather, not been so terrible. It was horrible rain and people and there were people that came back hoping that by 10 o'clock they would have something to watch. But unfortunately that didn't happen. So basically, things go awry, but it was just a great, like if you would have ever seen any of that, like not fallout, but all the phone calls, like Patti Smith called. I don't think Bruce Springsteen called, but I think they went into his like place or whatever, like his dressing room, and like I think they took all Patti Smith snacks. They took Bruce Springsteen snacks.
Their snacks?
John Lennon was there. Like it was just so hilarious.
Like just random people raided their green room?
Random people were raiding the green room. but basically what they were trying to do was like wait, because the big opus of the night was to hear the Killers do Mr. Brightside acoustic in their dressing room. And they sounded great. Like I have to say, I always loved that song. And I mean, I know they have others that are great too. I mean, not my favorite, but
yeah,
he's cute. So
I like the Killers for like 5 minutes in 2003.
Yeah,
now I'm good.
Them and then forgot about them, and then I was like, oh, this is cute because they're like older now, so they're like more chill.
Word.
And they're not like, what was that one song about, like your boyfriend and your girlfriend?
Yeah,
like frenetic song. I was like,
yeah.
But they just did that one song, and people were like flipping out. And it was, I know it's like not really relevant to what I'm really trying to say, but it was just interesting to see. Like everything was great, and then all of a sudden it's like, it's pouring and there's lightning.
Yeah. Well, that's why like online shows could work.
Exactly. Given that, if everybody wanted to like go into their own studios and like try this again some other time.
Yeah. I mean, I think some people have really done amazing jobs with, I know like Corrine has done a lot of online stuff and it's been great. I think on YouTube and Twitch or whatever. And Primo's done some live stuff that's been really cool. But I mean, it's been wonderful to have like all of the Twitch shows and radio shows and podcasts and everything like that to kind of keep the community together, during this past year and a half. So, and people are deaf. I mean, the live show, the live music scene is definitely, coming back alive and well, in New York and beyond. But yeah, Mary and I, our last show we played right before the,
oh my God,
was in February 2020, of course, before we knew what,
like right before.
Yep, we had no idea. And it was a really fun show. It was in Brooklyn. It was with Let 'Em Riot.
It was fun.
Flew out from LA. Awesome guy, Alan's so cool. And then we played with Strappy. And then
that was at whatchamacallit. Wasn't that at Eris?
Yep. At a venue called Eris.
Was the actual last show.
What's that?
That ended up being the actual like last hurrah.
That was it. Yeah, that was it. And then we had one in January of last year with Megatronics.
Oh, those guys are cool.
They're so cool. The Robs.
Rob and Rob.
Yeah, Rob and Rob. They're so fun.
Great.
And then we played with Faith in the Glitch was DJing. He closed the party out, and then Neutron Dreams was also there too. So that was a lot of fun. That was in January, and then we had one more, and then we had I think we had a few more shows booked that just all got, of course, got canceled.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go on a mini tour with Mecca Maiko and Phaserland. We were going to do like three or so dates with them. It was going to be actually Mary and I was going to be our first time.
Doubt, but I mean, honestly, there was no stopping that because it's just it was just way too dangerous because nobody knew anything.
Oh, well, everything just got completely canceled. I mean, there wasn't even an option, even if we were into it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't an option, and it was well, like maybe some other time.
Maybe, yeah. Who knows? It's interesting because I think a lot of people that had that happen. That I mean, for Mecca Maiko, she had just released an amazing record, and just got, of course,
Did it just get lost in the shuffle?
Yeah, well, I don't think it got completely lost in the shuffle, but certainly the tour, and I think for
all of that,
anybody that released a record last year kind of got screwed.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, obviously you can put the record out and you can promote it, but like you can't tour behind it or actually play it live just because
hey,
everything.
Yeah,
Bandcamp or whatever. Like, what else can you do?
Yeah.
But,
yeah. That's the thing too. Like, I mean, 2020 was such a lost year. I mean, like there were. I mean, not a lot's really coming through here. I mean, it was cool, like, because I saw the Midnight in 2019 when they played in Buffalo. Like that was really cool. And then I saw Carpenter Brute open for Ministry. I mean, because I'm not super into Ministry, but like I love Carpenter Brute, so it was really cool to see him in, like, I think it says December 2019.
Right.
But I mean, that's the thing too. That's I guess more incentive to get down to the city, because Rochester's not really that big of a hub for live music, much less synthwave.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. It was cool to see people playing, like, more synth artists playing live shows. And then 2020 kind of put a damper on that, and hopefully things will kind of like calm down a bit. We can slowly ease back into that, because live synth shows are really cool. Sometime
soon, because but 2020 was just it was very confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I just felt like it was. It's like, all right.
Yeah, it was. It really was. It was
okay. Awesome.
Super weird, and this year has been weird too. I can't believe there's only 4 months left of 2021.
This year has been weird.
Yeah,
weird in a way. Even though there's been great things that have happened to and for us.
Yeah. Mary, you look so nice.
I do.
You look beautiful. Yeah.
You do too.
You actually got dressed and everything. It looks so nice.
I just wanted to see if it fit, and since it fit, I was like,
it looks great. I just live in tank tops and yoga pants these days, unless I have to go into the office, which
you wouldn't even want to see my little yoga pants. I've had them for so long, they're almost see-through. It's I really should get another pair, but I can't quite part with those little pants. They're so easy. I bought these other stupid pajamas that don't even feel good, crappy material. I'm Macy's, no thank you this time. I'm gonna pass. Sorry.
We go on tangents, Patrick, if you haven't.
Totally sorry. I'm the ADD club.
Oh, you're fine. I totally understand. I mean, I'm always just all over the place. So
I'm all over the place.
Well, I mean, I guess kind of along the same line. So, what do you two do when you're not, making music as Bunny X?
Yeah. I work for the New York City Parks Department. I was mentioning before, so it's very much Amy Poehler vibes and Parks and Rec. So I do that full time, and that's kind of it. Really, it's work. It's Bunny X, my dog and cat, and then my husband and I like to travel. So we actually just got back from Vancouver last night. So it's, of course, 2020 put a little damper on anyone's travel plans, but we've been, trying to do a couple of things this year. So, so I feel like those are, pretty much the main, and then of course hanging out with Mary.
Yeah.
When possible. I mean,
whenever possible.
I'm not working I know there are only a few more months left in the year, but I'm pretty much gonna just not work because I like.
Yeah, Mary is a professional Netflix watcher.
Yes, I can recommend things. I need to finish. Where is that? What's the one with Nicole Kidman?
Oh, Not Perfect Strangers. Yeah, that's been interesting. We've been watching that.
Are you done with it yet or no?
We haven't watched this week's episode.
Yeah, I think it comes out on Wednesdays, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Oh yeah. So
I guess today. Was going on because after the last episode I saw, I guess last Wednesday, I was like, what is she even saying right now? Any sense? She looks like she's Methuselah. She's 800 years old.
Oh my God.
Did you come back from like the bottom of that lake? Like, what's up? She's beautiful. Like, I mean that. Like, she's really, really beautiful, even still, like with whatever she gave her to wear or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I need a break. And so now I'll go back to it and see. I also have a Real Housewives addiction. I'm not gonna lie. God. Not all of them. I can't watch all of them because some of them I'm like, that's too much.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I only do 2 at a time. So it's New York and Beverly Hills.
So, you know, it's funny you mentioned that because so my wife is actually really into the Real Housewives, and she's like she loves it specifically. Like, she really likes New York just because she loved I'm blanking on her name, the one who did the Skinny Girl line.
Bethany.
Yeah, Bethany.
Yeah, Bethany Frankel. Yeah. Like she loved Bethany Frankel, and I think she watched Orange County and Beverly Hills, and then she started watching Salt Lake City. One the Salt Lake City recently, but yeah, I mean she's you know, you like what you like, so I mean we all have our thing.
I think they got rid of Dallas, which was good because I never watched any of that. There were like 4 people on it. I'm like, I don't even know who any of you are, and you're all dressed badly, so I'm not staying on this channel right now. Sorry, Dallas Housewives, you're gonna have to get a better stylist, and it won't be.
So funny.
Excellent. I mean, and that's the thing too. You know, it wouldn't be the Real Housewives without a heaping help and a drama.
Yeah, it's true.
I didn't even plan on bringing any of that up, but there it is.
Patrick, next question. I can't talk about that.
No,
I was gonna say
okay. I explained it.
There you go. Yeah, so I was going to say, so I've got a few more minutes, but I was just going to ask, I like to ask people about their pets. So, yeah, so Abbi, you mentioned a dog and a couple of cats. Mary, do you have any pets?
Abbi? Oh, me? I don't have, I mean, I did have a dog once upon a time, but she passed away a long time ago. So, and I can't have a dog here in this building, which is super annoying. But next apartment, we'll be having a little baby puppy. I don't know what kind, and I'll definitely be a rescue. I'll go to a shelter and rescue.
Yeah.
I'm not going to a breeder. That's insane.
Yeah.
But I that's my future puppy.
Yeah.
Good. That's exciting.
We have my cat Liam, who's 14. He's fabulous. He loves the Donna and the Pet Shop Boys.
Does he want to have a quinceañera?
We should do a quinceañera for him.
Kitty quinceañera.
Absolutely. Liam, would you like that? He's sitting next to me.
You try to put a tutu on him, and he will be like,
loves it. I
think he'll love it. Kitty pull a Sean.
Absolutely.
Sean wore a tutu to his birthday party.
Definitely. It'll happen.
That's adorable.
Throw him a party.
Getting mad at me again.
And then we have a dog too. Her name is Hallie. She's a hot dog, a wiener dog. So yeah, she's a spaz. She's super sweet. So she's 12. So we have 2 senior citizens on our
right there. They're like so close in age.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. So it's, you know, it gets harder as they now have like, you know, special, they need medication. Like there's other things going on with them, but they're hanging in. They're doing pretty well. So
as long as they're taking their meds.
Yeah, taking their meds, sleeping all day, sleeping, eating, watching TV.
That's life. Like, what are they doing? They're just like, I mean, I could put myself in that category also, but still. What are you doing?
Dead.
D
dead.
No, that's it. So it's funny. So my wife and I have a little dog and a cat, and yeah, like they're like exactly just, you know, they live their best life. They just hang out inside all day. The cat sleeps in the bed. She, you know, lurks around it, does her own thing. The dog, she usually hang out in here in the office with me. So, you know, they're just happy little critters.
Animals are great. Like, I miss having a pet. I really and truly do. Like, at this point, I'm too old to have a baby, so whatever. I'll take a dog.
It's all right. They're too much work.
I'll take a little dog, and Bob keeps Stance, my guy. He insists that he's like, it's gonna be me that walks it all the time, and I'm like, are you talking to me?
You're like true, and your point, and
and your point is,
your point is.
No, I want to take her out, but if it's like if it's a cute little small guy, I'd probably put it in a tote bag because I would afraid that it would get run over by a car and I wouldn't be quick enough. I know that's morbid, but
or if it's a small dog,
in the carrier she goes.
Yeah. I think it's awesome when you have the option when they're that small and you can take them
right. And they're just
anywhere.
Hanging out.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just can't carry them around in their little bag, and you get to they get to get out and see the world like like little tourists.
Exactly. Yeah, they love that. They love to go around.
A big dog because it would be walking me.
Yeah.
And it would be dragging me along, and it'd be like, "Oh, this is not fun."
Yeah.
So, future dog.
It will happen. We're putting it out there.
Yeah, there you go. It's putting out in the world, projecting it, positive vibes and all that.
Happy vibes. Yes.
I wonder if Liam would accept my puppy.
I think he would. I mean, he
might be like
definitely judges all of us.
He'll give you the stink eye,
and especially the dog.
I'll have to bring my fur hat so that he knows that like I'm his person.
Yeah.
So that's the only time that he actually like sits in front of me and is like,
oh yeah. He's like, mommy, mommy,
like
mommy?
why be nice to me? Mommy. All Family Guy, mommy.
Oh yeah, mommy. Sorry, we're really annoying.
You're right.
I'm apparently never going to be an actual adult.
Yeah.
No, at my age, which I'm not revealing, but like, wow.
Yeah.
I guess that's just the way it's going to be.
It's the way it is. Listen.
No, exactly. Like I know exactly how you feel. I mean, I just turned 36, and I'm just like, am I an adult yet? How does this work?
Like, when does that feeling happen?
Yeah. It's like I've got responsibilities. I'm getting things done more or less. So.
We got this.
Yeah. Everyone, has to get stuff done. I mean, I hustle very rarely, but I can.
Oh yes, you can. You have been known to hustle.
Like go from Lam, which is like our nickname for Liam.
Yeah.
Like being like laying down, like waiting for his bonbons. To me, like, running around like what?
Yeah. So Mary definitely has two modes. She's either just like running like crazy like a marathon, or it's just like on the couch. I mean, I think we're probably kind of all like that, I guess.
Yeah.
On the couch. Sometimes I don't want to think about anything. Mindless TV is my vice. Obviously, like I haven't learned anything other than, some people, legal trials for Erica from Beverly Hills, which I'm thinking about you, girl.
Here we go. Full circle. I can't
wait to see what you do to Sutton.
Full circle. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Sure.
Well,
so how did we get here? I'm sorry.
How indeed, Mary, how indeed. Oh man. Well, I guess, so before we wrap up, was there anything else you all wanted to, anything else you want to add or promote or anything like that?
Yeah, well, we'll just, I guess just a little recap. So we have Young and in Love, and our first actually ever album coming out on October 5th through Aztec Records. We're super stoked about it. It has like I mentioned, the John Hughes, kind of high school nostalgic theme. We'll have a video coming out pretty soon for Back to You, which is our new single that we just released on this past Friday, the 27th. And then we're going to be doing a couple collaborations with one artist that's also on Aztec Records with us. I'll just reveal it. We're doing two tracks with Thought Beings.
Ooh, cool! They're a lot of fun.
They're lovely,
so incredible.
Yeah, their music is amazing, and it was really fun recording vocals.
Yeah. So we've got two tracks with them coming up, and we have another collaboration track with Don Del Piero. We had such a wonderful time working with him. And actually, on that note, we've got another collaboration track also with Solorect on the way. So it's just kind of nonstop. And then, there's more where that came from and more announcements coming down, but those are kind of the big ones we're working on at the moment. But we do have other collaborations in the works as well. So it's, we don't stop.
No, that's great.
Yeah, can't stop, won't stop.
Right?
Oh,
yeah.
Always a good vibe to have.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all very, very much for joining me this evening. That was a lot of fun.
Okay, good. As long as we hopefully kept you somewhat entertained.
Oh yeah, no, y'all are great.
Oh,
My transiting in and out of like ridiculousness. No, Patrick, thank you so much for having us. This was so much fun. It's good to meet you.
Yeah, likewise.
And we will see you again. Hopefully you'll come down to our fair city.
Yeah, like I said, like hopefully before too long, because we want to get down there before long. So yeah,
Awesome.
hopefully soon.
Well, you let us know when you're heading in, and we'll definitely meet up. That would be great.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sounds good.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much, Patrick, for everything. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, you too. All right, bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. That was my conversation with Abbi and Mary of Bunny X. Be sure to follow them on Twitter and Instagram, and listen to them on Bandcamp, Spotify, and more. Be sure to like and subscribe for more great conversations with synthwave artists, and leave a comment below. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @PatrickKingArt, and follow the Synthwave Ultra playlist on Spotify for hours and hours of synthwave of every kind. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Synthwave Ultra.